So I guess this is the first test fit of car on here. So it is not strapped down yet. I just put it on. So we wanted to get the car out of the garage, all that kind of stuff. Wanted to test fit it on the trailer. It does work fine. Remember, this thing is got rear bags in the back, so it is, you know, got air in the bags. They are raised up some to hold the weight and all that kind of stuff. So what I did was I forgot to turn the camera on. Pulled the truck and the trailer all the way up into the corner, put the Honda in the back corner, and just drove it straight on the trailer. Worked fine. Now, no issues. So I'm happy with the outlook of this. Again, what we're gonna do while it's on the trail. Oh, here's another thing. I love this. Watch this. Watch this. Just clears. So while it's up here, we'll go ahead and address the rear bumper on this, all the issues, you know, the little bit of rust that's right here. And I also went ahead and thought, I was like, while we're working on this, since I can't make it to, or I'm not able to race, is we're gonna go ahead, this inch right here, we're gonna modify the seat bracket and take this seat down that inch to give me 1 more inch of headroom. Might as well. If the car is gonna be down for a little while longer, just because of race issues, we'll go ahead, finish modifying it and get it to where I need to. So now let's go ahead in the garage and get on to the next part of this video. So let me go in there. Okay, so we're inside the garage now. What we're gonna do is we're going to try to bench top test the HEI distributor for the Silverado. I mean, yeah, Silverado's right there. My brain. For the big Blazer, because we're gonna wind up, like I told you before, we're switching to the carburetor, we're switching all this stuff, and I had an HEI distributor from when I got this motor that's in the Blazer now. So what we're gonna do is I did some research and figured out how to benchtop test this. Now, I'm not worried about the cap and all that kind of stuff, because most of the times this stuff is good, so I'm not stressed on this aspect right here. I'm stressed on the internals of this. I mean, it's all replaceable, don't get me wrong, but this is nothing. All right, so now we need to get the cap off. I know I've got a lot of this stuff already. I haven't done nothing, but I got a lot of it set up. All right, so, and all this stuff's gonna get replaced anyways, you know, like new cap, new rotor, all this stuff. So I'm not too stressed. I'm taking all this junk off. All right, now let me get a light. Okay, so this is how I did the research. So you have the red one right here, which is the positive, which that goes around to a battery positive. Then the middle one, the middle lug in this connector, is the negative. This is basically just like you're setting it up to run to your ignition on your, you know, like ignition on your car when you turn the key on. Then right here you have the battery, and then the like continuity right there, and that is where the signal is thrown. So that way, basically, you put it here every time and it works. So basically every time this thing spins and it goes past these little terminals, the continuity will do. Now I read use a tester like this. Well, the bad thing is mine's a positive negative tester. So when you hook it up positive negative, it lights, makes a sound. But when you do it negative, all it does is make the microphone in here make noise. So I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. So you got that little creaking noise. Well, we're gonna set this up real close. And then you hook this up right here. Again, it's really hard to hear, but every time as I spin it, you could hear the microphone in here clicking a little bit. But also what I'm gonna try, just for camera's sake, I mean, I'm winging this. This is all on my thought process here. So let's see. Yep. Okay. All right. So we'll set the voltmeter up right here, because basically every time that it shows continuity, it is pulling electricity. It's pushing electricity through here. So again, positive is hooked up to positive, negative is hooked up to negative. Now we're going to test the continuity of the distributor. So every time it goes by, right there on the voltmeter, is it throwing volts. I don't know how slow you can go. Can't go really slow, but you go fast, you can see it working. So the distributor on this thing works. That is like perfect. That is what I'm looking for, is to make sure the distributor works. So now basically when you get this into there, it's a plug and play system. These systems like a HEI distributor is basically we're making the truck, since it is switching from fuel injected to carburetor, it's going to be a standalone system. There's no computer controlled, nothing like that. HEI distributor is set up to be a standalone style distributor. So now, just got to wire it up once we get it in there. So the next thing we're going to be doing is, on the Blazer, is I've got the exhaust manifold right there, which we'll be getting this in the next video. Is get the exhaust manifold on there. We'll be able to get the exhaust pretty much mounted up and done. I need an oil filter for that. Then we'll go ahead, throw the break-in oil in. We'll get the priming tool out. We'll prime the motor, get oil flowing through the motor, get it all primed out. We'll remove the old setup that's on there, move a lot of the wires out of the way that don't need. Stake the distributor, stake the carburetor, and a lot of this stuff will start going ahead and going on. Because like I said, we're going to start working on this like hardcore until it is done. There will be other videos squeezed in, because I have, like, which I kind of started, seat brackets out of the car right here. There's the seat, because they'll be squeezed in other videos, plus some grid life content, stuff like that. So we're going to squeeze some other content in also, but the Blazer is my #1 priority right now. Getting it up, getting it running, and all that kind of stuff, because this needs to be done. It's sat for too long, so new priority, getting this done. Distributor works, not worried about the coil. That's easy, not stressed. All right, well, that's all I wanted to do, was kind of, you know, goof off with the car, on getting the car on the trailer, test the distributor, make sure that I do not have to buy a new distributor, and I don't, so that's a good thing. All right, we'll catch you in the next video. See you then.